I do want to ask you the latest with SVB, the holding company for the bank, filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection this morning. What does that mean for the company, depositors, if anything? Give me your sense on that story as it broke.
Well, the depositors have been bridged off as a result of the protection for Silicon Valley Bank. And as a result, they're sitting in a separate entity and remain guaranteed by the FDIC through a backstop from the Treasury. So there's no concern there. With regards to SVB, what remained were some different businesses inside the financial system. Those now, of course, are going to be subject to the rigors of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy process. Essentially, I should imagine, I didn't read it too deeply, but I would imagine that the process now is going to be to buy time, find a way to negotiate with creditors, and perhaps organize a sale of the husk of that business, given that Silicon Valley Bank has been separated. But it is telling, JD, that a buyer hasn't materialized just yet. So no one is seeing any great value in the former franchise of Silicon Valley Bank, which is SVB Financial. And that might be concerning at this point because we may need to put together different banks going forward. And by that, I mean, if this contagion is as significant as some suggest, then you would imagine that there's going to be mergers or takeovers or further rescues further down the line. And with investors stepping back from SVB right now, that only limits the likely number of players involved in a scenario like that in the weeks ahead. So it's not immensely important at the moment, but the fact that there hasn't been a materialized buyer, even after a couple of auction attempts, could prove important.